All right, hello, welcome back to our training on Odoo ERP. Okay, so now let's look at one of the last few parts we look at, which is talking of what reporting. What kind of reports can you generate on your ERP? So let's come to your reports. Okay, so of course you have your balance sheet. Let's do this first, so we can show you your balance sheet report. Okay, so now these are balance sheets. So you can see our asset, our current asset, fixed asset, like a normal balance sheet to look like. So you can do this, you can export this to PDF. Do you understand? Probably you want to present or send to somebody. You can also export it to what? Excel. And from Excel, you can what? You can do whatever adjustment or any entry that you need to do with it. So that's that. So that's your that. Then you can have so then you can adjust your period for here. So end of, if you want it to be a month, if you want it to be quarterly, you can put quarterly here. If the end of the year you want, you can also put here. Then if you want a specific date, you can put that specific date that you want. See, so I can just pick, I want my balance sheet as at yesterday, and then I'll generate. So these are as at yesterday. So you can do all those adjustments there. Still on this report, you can also do comparison. So let's say I want to compare with what previous period. Okay, let me do for let me do as at yesterday, so you can have some figures. So you can see if I want to compare, so you can see that because I didn't have figures for last year, do you understand? You can see, you can do your comparison. It's giving your percentage increase or decrease here. So you can have that too on your report. So for comparison too, you can do previous period. You can do up to two periods. Do you understand? Okay, you can see, you can do up to two periods. You can choose how many periods you want to do. Then is it same period last year? You can do that. Do you understand? Is there a specific date? You can choose a specific date you want to compare to. Okay, so that's that. Then for here, you can adjust for your what? For what you want, whether it's accrual basis. You want to see for draft entries, subtotals, and for then, do you want cash basis? Of course, you know we use accrual basis. But if you want to see it based on cash basis, you can also pick this and it will generate your report for you based on cash. But you know, most times me I prefer accrual basis. So let's pick accrual basis. Then do you want it in naira? If you have multi-currency, you can put it there. If you want it to convert to whatever currency you want, you can do that. So that's for our balance sheet. Let's look at other reports. You can generate your P&L, profit and loss report too. Okay, so you can see, you can change the period here just like we did for our balance sheet. Okay, you can do your comparison too, just like we did for our balance sheet. Then accrual basis, then you can compare with budget. So here's where we can create budget. Okay, so let's do that. So our budget name, so let's do for year 2027. Okay, so we create a budget. Okay, so you can see, so year 2027 budget, so you can start doing that. Okay, so percentage increase or what decrease. Okay, all right, so I'm coming. So revenue. Okay, so I'll still show you how to work around your budget. So you can see I can compare with budget here. Okay, then do I want it in naira or in what, or in whatever I want it to be? I can actually what, I can actually do that. Okay, all right, that's for my profit and loss. Then I can do my cash flow statement to see my cash flow statement. Okay, so you can generate report on your cash flow statement. So cash flow from operating activities, if financing, and then investing activities. All those ones are there. Then your closing and cash, just like a normal cash flow statement. Okay, then you can pick for which period you want to pick for here. Then for posted entries. Okay, see, then we can do our trial balance. We've been doing that. This is where you can see information about your trial balance. So for trial balance too, you can do the period and you can do your what, your comparison. Okay, all right, that's for your trial balance. Okay, then you can do general ledger. So if you want to check what is happening in each ledger, for example, if I want to check what, I'll just click on these journal items. Okay, so you can see what is the debit and credit and balance, just like you have your normal ledger or schedule. So this is where you can view your ledgers or schedule. Okay, so still back to reporting. Then you have this partner ledger. This will show you your contact, your receivables and payables. You can see Adelabu, the debit, total debit and total credit, and how much his balance is. It will show you. This Aja Global, that is a payable. You can see the amount is in credit figure. So this is where you see information. You want to generate a report about your payables and receivables, you can have that done here. Okay, so that's for that. Okay, so then let's go back to reporting. You can also do your aged receivable. You want to do your receivables based on the period. So you can see 1 to 30 days, 31 to 60 days, when it's due. You can do this and do. And for whatever report you are generating, remember that you can do it in PDF or convert to what, Excel. We can also do our aged report for our what? Our receipt payables too. Come and see payables. So you can see my payables here too. Okay. So you can do age analysis or age receivable report. Then this tax report is not yet active here because of our country. Okay, so those are the basic reports you can use on your what? On your ERP. All right. Thank you.